Hey guys, it's Suzana here. Thanks so much for joining me. I wanted to do a series where I look up fall trends, like fall makeup trends of this year, and try to recreate some looks. Today's focus was all about the blush. And it's very simple, it's very wearable. It did not take me long to create this look. It actually didn't take me long to film it. So today I'm gonna show you a few newer products that I've been using recently, as well as some older products. Since this is a luxury channel, mostly luxury channel, I do pretty much use all luxury makeup to create today's look. But of course, you can use whatever you have in your collection. All right guys, let's go ahead and get into the makeup. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to start off with some primer. Today I'm using my Tatcha the Liquid Silk Canvas. I really enjoy that. And I like to work this into my skin really good. So kind of pressing motion and then blend it in. And then also a part of my priming step today, I'm going to use my Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. I have this one in the shade 3. And I'm only going to apply this on the high points of my face just to allow some glow to pull through my foundation throughout the day. But I don't want like a heavy highlight. So using something like this, I prefer when I'm trying to focus the view on something else. So today it's going to be on the blush. So I'll just apply a little bit of this and then blend it in. And you really don't need too much to get a nice healthy glow to show up. But of course, if you want something more intense, you can add some more. I know a lot of people like to use this product all over their face under their foundation for a super glowy look. And I personally cannot get away with that. I wish I could, but I cannot. So this is how I usually use it. And then I actually like to apply some right under my eyes as well. Actually, with the concealer that I'm using today, I don't necessarily need to do this because it is a very radiant concealer, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. As far as foundation, you guys, I really would love to show you guys how fabulous the new Gucci Cushion foundation is. The packaging, as you can see here, is just so pretty. But, oh, I had it upside down. But the problem is that this shade is just way too light for me. So I have shade number 5. I probably need shade number 7. So I'm not gonna demo it today just because I look crazy when I apply this. I have used it. There are times that I do a pretty good job at balancing things out to where I can get away with this shade. But there have been times that I've left my house and I look at myself and I look quite ghostly because it's just way too light for me. So the good thing is that this is refillable. So when I get the chance, I am gonna purchase a deeper shade in this, but it's so good. It leaves a nice natural finish to the face with a little bit of a radiance. It's so pretty and it wears really well. But the foundation that I'm gonna use today also wears phenomenal, and it's the new Very Valentino foundation. I have the shade MN2. This has a little bit of a strong yellow undertone, so I wish it didn't. Straight away, I usually am able to get like a medium coverage. Today I'm gonna use my Oval 8 brush from Artis to apply this. The shade does end up working out for me at the end, but at first I feel like it's just a little too yellow for me. Alright, so this is how the skin is looking so far, and some way, somehow with this foundation, it actually ends up looking better as the day goes on. It's a little miracle in a bottle, but it's really nice. The actual bottle itself is also pretty. It feels luxurious. It's a glass bottle. It has the red cap here, and then it says Valentino on top there. Moving on to Shade Illuminate Concealer. The shade I picked up is 2W1 Taupe. This concealer, I did figure out after a few uses that less is more. The first 2 times I actually applied it, I did not enjoy it very much. It was very difficult to blend out and get a nice even look. and it just looked too heavy, and it's because I was swiping the concealer under my eyes. It's just a little too, it's a little bit on the thick side, and I think it's just too moisturizing to apply too much, because to get it down to blend and set properly was just too difficult. With just a few dots or just a few swipes like this, it's definitely all I need, and it gives really nice coverage. It is very, very illuminating. Can you guys see? Like, there's like a little glow under my eyes. I love this concealer. I will say sometimes it does crease on me a little bit, but nothing a few dabs with a finger won't fix quickly. I'm actually going to apply a little bit on my chin as well as my forehead. Gotta balance things out. Down here too. Now, before I set my face or start using any type of powder, I am going to go ahead and use a little bit of this. Ooh, what is this? It's the Color Haze Multi-Use Pigment from Ilia. So I'm using this as a blush today. It's in the shade Stutter. You can also use these on your eyes. But I want to apply a little bit onto my cheeks because today's look is all about the blush. So I want to make sure that it stands out and it lasts well all day. So I think layering is always the best when we want to do that. With my finger, I'm going to go ahead and dab some on. I'm going to start off with a little bit at a time because I don't want to get too heavy-handed with it. Because I am going to, like I mentioned, I am going to end up going in with a powder blush as well, just to make sure it's nicely set and it lasts. So with this, I'm going to do a bit of that draping technique. But I'm going to bring this blush all the way up to the bridge of my nose. So everything's going to stay connected. Okay, I still have a little bit here, so I'm going to keep adding some on. Okay, let me just work this in and then we'll move on. Let's go ahead and set this. I'm going to use my Clé de Peau loose powder. I'll apply some of this with my Wayne Goss airbrush. I am going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to add a little bit of eye primer. This is my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eye primer. I'm going to do a quick look. I pulled out my Surratt Beyond Beige palette. So I'm actually going to start off with this shade right here. I do not know what these are called, but I will have them listed in the description box. So this is going all over the crease, the lid. By the way, if you guys hear airplanes, it's because I live one block away from the airport. So now I want to add a little bit of shimmer, so I'm going to use this shade up here. Same brush. I'm going to focus this on the center of the lid. And then I like to define my eyes, so I'm going to use this deeper shade, and let's see if I can find, oh, here we go. So this flat brush here, this is from Luxie. It's the 221 flat definer brush. I'm just going to apply this as an eyeliner on the outer portion of my top lash line. And whatever's left, I'm going to go against my bottom lashes. As I did go ahead and apply some mascara. I used the Dior Addict It Lash. And we can now move on to finish off the face. I'm going to actually bronzer using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer. I have the shade in number 2. And in a lot of the pictures that I came across, I saw that the contour was actually quite emphasized, like the cheekbones were sculpted. So I am going to try and do that today. We'll see. I'm actually using a Ray Morris like angled brush like this. I don't know the name of it. And I actually know that this is no longer available because she redid all her brushes. She's no longer using natural bristle brushes. She moved on to synthetic, so I don't have any of her synthetic brushes. So what I'm doing is mostly picking up the product with the tip of this brush and then just brushing it at an angle. Of course, I have to get this forehead of mine. I bring it down to the temples. And then we definitely want to hit the double chin. And then a little bit here on the sides of the nose as well. Okay, so now to the blush. So the blush that I want to use today is actually from my 102 Suku blush palette. So this is a blush and highlighter palette. We get 3 blushes, 3 highlighters. The blushes are extremely pigmented. So I am going to go in with a light hand and I'm going to pick up this shade right here. I'm using my Sonia G, I do not know how to pronounce this, the Inoshig Pro Brush. This is how it's, hopefully you guys can see how it is spelled. I'm gonna pick some product up and then tap it in the back of my hand, or if you have a napkin down, just so that you're not going in too heavy-handed at once. This actually blends out, these blushes all actually blend out really nicely, but let's not go in too heavy-handed at first. I like to build my blush. So I started by the temple and then I brought it forward to the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna go back and hit up like that crease portion of my eye and then my forehead. I'm actually moving to another brush here. This is the Shikuhodo K704 cheek brush. Now the point of this is to go a little ham with the blush, so that's what I'm doing here. And I just love this look. So I decided to also kind of make this a little monochromatic. Picking up a small brush. This is another Sonia G, it's her Builder 1 brush. I'm gonna pick up some of that blush and add this on the bottom lash line. Now with the sponge, I'm just gonna make sure everything's nicely pressed in place here. All right, and this is how the skin is looking. Very easy. I think it's very wearable. I'm just gonna actually go ahead and finish off with some lipstick. So I've been really obsessing over this new version of Sable Smoke number 14 from Tom Ford. Such a beautiful nude shade. I had on a little bit of gloss, but I'm just gonna lightly apply this. Okay, so I feel like I need to balance out under my eyes a little bit. There's just something that's not sitting too well with me. So I recently picked up this Chantecaille Eclat Dew. It's the face powder. I thought this was limited edition, but it's available. So the packaging of this is so beautiful. And I'm going to just apply this kind of more on the cheek here, because this is very much of a brightening powder, which I didn't realize that until I started applying it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh. But even though I apply it on the pores, it doesn't emphasize the look of my pores. Okay, just wanted a little bit of that, and that is it, you guys. This is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this. It's just one of those looks that you can have fun with, especially if you are a blush fanatic. Like, this is our moment, you guys. So I hope you liked this. I hope you found it informative. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.